Very good morning to you, Your Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, heads of state and government, ministers, senior representative of the Secretary General on financing of the 2030 Agenda, executive secretaries of the United Nations Regional Economic Commissions, representatives of the private sector, civil society, academia, indigenous groups, and youth. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. The international community has now endured more than 1 year of the worst health and economic crisis of our generation. The International Monetary Fund has stated that the Caribbean with Latin America are among the economies most adversely affected globally by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. This statement is eminently accurate, as we are currently witnessing a shift in the trajectory of the pandemic, where its epicenter is moving away from developed countries to the developing world, where fiscal space remains limited in respect of resources required to cope with this pandemic. Trinidad and Tobago reaffirms that a robust, inclusive, and coordinated global response to the pandemic is imperative. An essential element of this response is ensuring equitable and fair access to COVID-19 vaccines, particularly for small island developing states. I have been advocating for such equity in my engagement with the Director General of the World Health Organization and with many heads of government as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago and as Chairman of CARICOM. And I take this opportunity to commend the work being done by my counterpart, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who with the Prime Minister of Canada and you, Secretary General, launched an initiative that has resulted in an agenda of over 250 policy options to address financing for development in the era of COVID-19 and beyond. I am of the view that there will be significant opportunities for sustainable development in the post-COVID world. There will continue to be traditional modes of operation in the extractive industries, which cannot be replaced. However, the world as we know it has changed. There will be new modes of operations in the future for which we cannot envision today. How well we embrace and master these new modes, turning them into sustainable opportunities, will depend on how well we prepare ourselves for the post-COVID environment. In the past, in this industry, we have always had to chase a moving target. Our reality today is no different. Trinidad and Tobago's National Development Strategy, Vision 2030, is aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and takes into account Trinidad and Tobago's development imperatives. The incorporation of renewable energy and energy efficiency into the national policy mix has been identified as a key medium-term sustainable development goal, and we proceed accordingly. In this regard, I can proudly state that Trinidad and Tobago has been and continues to be on the right side of history. Having initially used natural gas for electricity in 1959, and by early 2000s, being able to boast that 100% natural gas usage is our mix in Trinidad and Tobago for electricity generation. We have achieved over 2 decades ago what many countries today are now attempting to implement. Trinidad and Tobago also continues to see natural gas playing a pivotal role as the transition fuel, while we do all in our power in adhering to our commitments under the Paris Agreement and climate change. Finally, Trinidad and Tobago commends the Secretary General, for his initiative. During the deliberations over the past month, in the previous 5 roundtables on extractive industries and sustainable development and the 2030 agenda, there would have been many divergent views, but we are satisfied of the effort being made. This, together with the discussions today, will certainly contribute to the establishment of a universally acceptable foundation for your inaugural policy brief on extractive industries. I wish you all success in this worthy endeavor. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.